In a dramatic turn of events, chaos erupted 3 hours after President Bola Tinubu's nationwide address on Sunday. A faction of protesters had proposed suspending their demonstrations, while others firmly opposed the idea. The protests, centered around economic hardship, poverty, and poor governance, had entered their fourth day at Gani Fohihinmi Park in Oyota, Lagos State. The peaceful atmosphere maintained by the protesters, characterized by chants, slogans, and placards, was abruptly shattered when suspected government-backed thugs armed with sticks and weapons forcefully dispersed the crowd. This violent disruption occurred despite the protesters' peaceful conduct and their repeated calls for improved governance and a brighter future for Nigeria. Earlier in the day, the protesters faced restrictions from the police, who barred them from holding a procession beyond the designated grounds at Gani Fohihinmi Park. Simultaneously, Lagos State Police Commissioner CP Adegoke Mustafa Fayode confronted another group of protesters at the House of Assembly in Ikeja. In a video of the confrontation, the CP was heard instructing the protesters to relocate to Gani Fohihinmi Park, asserting that there was a court order mandating them to hold their rallies there. During the confrontation, the CP asked, "What is your demand for the protest? Are we referring to the police not protecting you?" A protester retorted, "Asking us what is the demand of the protesters is like you want to dribble us because you know the demands. Can you say you don't know the demands?" The police commissioner responded, "I don't know." One protester then attempted to publicly announce their demands, only to be interrupted by the CP, who reiterated that the rally was to be held at Gani Fohihinmi Park, citing legal obligations. The CP then insisted, "Let's start moving to Gani Park before you can say anything." According to report, the protesters' demands include the restoration of petrol subsidies and the Forex regime. They also call for the government to address food shortages, unemployment, and the perceived wasteful spending of those in power. In his earlier nationwide broadcast, President Tinubu did not address all these demands directly. Instead, he urged the youth to suspend the hashtag and bad governance protests and engage in dialogue, cautioning against being used to undermine democratic progress. The president highlighted his administration's achievements over the past 14 months and called on the protesters to collaborate in building a better future for the country. "Let us work together to build a brighter future for ourselves and for generations to come," President Tinubu said. "Let us choose hope over fear, unity over division, and progress over stagnation. The economy is recovering. Please, don't shut out its oxygen. Now that we have been enjoying democratic governance for 25 years, do not let the enemies of democracy use you to promote an unconstitutional agenda that will set us back on our democratic journey. Forward ever, backward never." Stay tuned to Political Buzz for more updates.